This video tutorial is brought to you by Kerching Retail. Kerching, making your till ring. Hello, my name's Brian Birchall. This tutorial is the second part of a two-part tutorial on how to avoid typical mistakes made in independent retail. The data is the output of retail assessments performed by Kerching Retail. Larger text in this image represents an area of performance that independent stores typically scored lower. The larger the text, the more stores that scored poorly in this area. In part 1, we looked at the first 7 areas independent stores typically underperform. In this tutorial, we will look at 8 to 14, pointing out steps that you can take to ensure you perform well across all 14. Number 1. E-commerce. Many independent retailers have aspirations to sell online, but often underestimate the level of work or expertise required to have a successful online store. Your website can work for you in 2 ways. Number 1, it can attract customers to your store, effectively working as an electronic brochure or a shop window. And secondly, you can trade. You could use it almost as a second branch or a second store online for you. If you are new to online selling, I would recommend dipping your toe in the water through third-party sellers like Amazon, Play.com or eBay. There are many more, these are some of the biggest. You will pay a commission or a fee to sell in these marketplaces, but they have customers on tap. So you won't have to spend money trying to attract customers to your store whilst you find your feet. If by selling through these third-party sites, you recognise that there is both a market for your products online and you have the necessary infrastructure to pick, pack and deliver goods efficiently to customers, then you can start to explore opening your own web store. Remember, the number of websites run into hundreds of millions, so why and how will somebody find yours? Don't underestimate the level of work, effort and skill required to make this a success. When we talk about building a presence online, remember to invest in a Facebook business page or other social media sites. With Facebook having close to 700 million active users worldwide, this is a free connection to a large percentage of web-savvy customers. Facebook business pages neither require web design skills or particular marketing skills, as the dialogue with your Facebook fans, which we now call likes, should be conversational, as if they were stood next to you in the store. Number 2. Price tickets. Most stores I visit price most of their goods in store, which is great. Unfortunately, the materials they use to do this varies enormously, and often varies within a single store. Whether it's fluorescent stickers, hand-written cards, marker pens on the edge of shelves, label guns and so on, all of these contribute to an experience that's far from professional. I believe that a price ticket should not only communicate the price of a product, but the saving you may be making from recommended retail price. Any aspects of added value you get from shopping here, i.e. free delivery, free setup, extended warranties and so on. The ticket can also communicate your USP for the store and portray a consistent and professional image. Now this can only happen if you limit the tickets to a single style or down to a large and a small version and be consistent in its communication. If you use handwritten price cards, like a greengrocer might, get the same person to do all of them, or try to develop a store font, like the soap retailer Lush do, and train all of the staff in the store to use it. Number 3. Buying pain. Buying pain is a phrase that was coined by George Lowenstein, a US professor of economics and psychology. He believed that buying pain was a sensation or impression that you are not getting a good deal. This will stimulate a behaviour where you're reluctant to buy in that store. Consider how we might shop in a service station, where we know we're paying over the odds for goods. Compare this to a discount store or a supermarket. In these environments, we can become carefree, throwing things into our trolley without even thinking about them or even checking the prices. It is unlikely we would ever want to take a trolley around a service station. Now, customers have a preconception that independent stores are going to be expensive, or certainly more expensive than supermarkets. So we have to work very hard to erase or change this preconception when customers are in our stores. Promotions and special offers address this issue of buying pain. You can refer to the previous video tutorial in this series for more information about promotions and offers. Number 4. Secondary interior signage. We discussed primary internal signage in the first part of this two-part series. Secondary signage is the next level down. In a convenience store, primary signage may be used to say food to go. The secondary signage, however, would say drinks, snacks, sandwiches or desserts, so that once you enter the area, thanks to the primary signage, the secondary signage draws you to a particular product or a very specific product group. This type of signage not only makes it easier for your customers to find a specific product group or product all by themselves, it also gives them confidence. We tend to trust a store that uses printed signage to make it easier for us to find things. As with primary signage, the range of products available in the store is also communicated to the customer, in many ways at a subconscious level. So even if I was just buying a sandwich, I would also be communicated that you do drinks, snacks, desserts, and maybe hot food. Number 5. Gaining attention. We reportedly are exposed to thousands of marketing messages a day, and our brains simply tune out to avoid us getting overloaded by information. In addition, we visit thousands of stores a year, few that stick in our mind at all. We walk in, we buy a newspaper, shirt, sandwich or coffee and we leave. So how do we get our store or message to stand out amongst all of this marketing or retail noise? Well, making your store stand out requires that you are different. You are special, surprising and exciting. Does your store look the same every time I visit? Or do you change it around? Does the music you play make me smile and my feet tap? Do the staff make me feel special? Do you grab my attention with new and exciting products I may never have seen before? If the answer is no, you probably don't stand out from the crowd. If you are doing these types of things and other ideas of your own, customers may remember you. Increasingly, researchers are putting more emphasis on retention, or how well we remember a store, as a key factor in repeat custom. Let's imagine you're going on the internet to look for clothes. Typing "buy clothes" into Google yields approximately 349 million results. We are therefore forced to think of a fashion brand or retailer we like to narrow down this search. A truly memorable fashion store experience, perhaps like Abercrombie & Fitch, increases the chance of them being one of the brands or stores we remember and therefore type in. The same applies to your store. When a customer gets in a car and drives out looking for clothes, being memorable increases your chances of being targeted. Number 6. Security. When I look at security measures in stores, I wear two hats. The first is looking at how vulnerable a store's products are to theft. The second, and potentially more interesting, is looking at how the security measures the store has put in place get in the way of customers buying goods. Skin is the largest organ in the human body and can significantly contribute to emotional connections we make with products. Touching a product where appropriate has been proven to increase sales time and time again. However, sometimes we make this difficult for customers. I recently visited a gift store who had a cabinet full of silver jewellery. When I asked why a particular piece of jewellery was in the cabinet, the owner replied, "Because it's silver," as if I was stupid. "But it's £2.99, I pointed out. In fact, many other products in the store were far more valuable and equally vulnerable to theft, but the owner had got into the habit of always putting silver jewellery into a cabinet and locking it. Unless there is a genuine risk or a hygienic reason to put products in cabinets or out of reach of customers, then get them out and let people pick them up. Number 7. Sales skills. Many stores are reluctant to introduce professional sales skills into their store, in fear that it will create a pushy or unpopular retail experience for its customers. Nobody likes to be sold to, right? But in my experience, a well-managed sales process can improve customer service. It ensures that customers' needs and wants are carefully matched to products, and that the customer leaves with everything they need to use the product. How many times have we bought something only to get home and find out we can't use it because we didn't have the necessary cables or batteries? An efficient sales process can make sure this doesn't happen and gets the customer everything they need without you needing to be pushy at all. Kerching Retail have developed the 7 golden steps to selling, a chronological process to maximise every sales opportunity in store. Visit kerchingretail.com for more information and download a free video tutorial on the 7 steps of selling. In summary, this video tutorial is part of a 2-part series using data from retail assessments performed by Kerching Retail to help you maximise your retail experience. For more information, visit us at kerchingretail.com. Kerching, making your till ring.